Hello. So we carry on with tutorial number 3, which was to make a very complex shape, and what we need to do now is to finalize the tutorial. I had to make a break because the file was getting too large and my computer was suffering. So we have created this shape, and now what you want to do is to go to the editable poly, so the modifier list, and in this modifier list we're going to go to the editable poly, and the element that we want to edit now are the polygons. So we have polygons, so we don't want border, edges or anything else, we want polygon. And then we select those polygons. So we select all these polygons in the center, as I'm doing at the moment. And we try to get them all selected. Of course it takes a bit of time, but we're getting there. So the way I do it is I press the Control key and then click with the mouse. So I can do multiple selections. So now that we have selected these, we're going to do an extrusion. And we do an extrusion by clicking on the Extrude button here in the Edit Polygon menu. And we specify the length. So we don't want minus 40, we want actually 40 meters. And then we have to click, otherwise it doesn't happen. So now what we have extruded our shape to have this level. And now what we need to do is we need to go to a slightly different thing, and we need to select the border. So we need to move, the edges. So we need to move from the polygon to the edge. And here we select these edges. So here again with the control. Oh, I'll make sure I don't select something else. So always select the window to make sure you select all the edges, not just the one that you see, but also the one underneath. And you're going to check that in a second, because what we do then is we rotate to see if we have selected, you see we have selected all the edges, they're all red. And now that we've selected all the edges, we can do something very simple. We can go to the Connect tool, and we can do something to this. We're going to add a connection. So we press on the Connect, which is this button here. And we have here 2, but we don't want 1, we want only 1. So slide is 40, and we want only 1. So that's what we get. Okay. So this is our new thing. We have and we validate, because if you don't validate, it's not done. So we validate, and now we have this with an extra line on each side. So now what you can do something else. We can go back to the polygon editing, and we can select the polygons that you want. So the first selection, you just click so that you deselect those polygons that you have on the side. And then you press Control and you select all of these. So you always be careful how you select, and also be careful what editing tool, modifier tool you're using. Once you've done that, we're going to extrude, and we're going to extrude by 5 meters. So we click here. We don't want 40 meters this time, we want only 5 meters. And this is what we have. So now what you can do is so we've done that. We're getting closer to what you want. And you want to do something else, which is we want to scale. So we click on the Scale tool here at the top. And maybe I should have a better view. Here, yeah, that's better. And then I click on the select Scale. And then we start scaling. and you want a 75% scale, so we go down to 75, a 75. You can see those 75 appearing in these three boxes. So we've done that. So now what we want to do is we want to do something else, and we want to select the polygon inside. Sorry, not this. So we stop using the scale tool, and we go to the select object, and we select these inner polygons, so we can go in like this. Here we are. So we select. Again, the selection is a bit tedious because there's so many. Oh, see, something was selected here that was wrong. Why is that? That's interesting. No, I don't want to select that. So why did this one got selected? Ah, strange world. Yeah. Sometimes selection is made because it be wrong. Why? I don't know. It's as I said before, it's like the material menu. It comes up, and then sometimes you press the key M and it doesn't come up. Okay, so we need to be careful here that we only selected in the inner polygons, so only the polygon on this inner side, and to make sure we're not getting anything wrong, we keep an eye, we look around and we see if anything is wrong. No, okay, we haven't got anything else selected, so that's good. And then what we've done, that we press delete, and we have this image of the polygon deleted, and we have this. Okay, so next what we can do is we follow the, we go to the border selection, we select the border and make sure it is actually selected by being highlighted in red, which is the case, and we press on the cap button, and then we have a cap, and then we go to the top border and we choose a border at the top, which is this one, hand selected, and we scale it, and we scale it by and we scale it by 80%. So we know how to do that. We press here and we press the shift key because we want to copy, and we go down to 80%. And where is 80%? See here at the bottom we have those number noise 80 area. So we've done that, and so we're gonna move the edge. So we go to move, and this time in the Z axis, instead of having 8 meters, we're going to put 13 meters. We can type this here directly, or we can move it here. So we can move like this, just on the Z axis, or we can leave it to 0. So 8, and we want to put 13. So we put 13 here, and we enter. So that's our new shape. Then we need to select so we need again to do the same, and this time what we do, and we add 3 meters, and we also shrink by 80%. So we go to the scale, we press the shift key because we want to copy, we still shrink it, we should reduce it by 80%, here we are, we've done 80%, and then we move it up by 5%, so that becomes, sorry, by 3. So instead of moving by 5, by adding 5, we add 3, so it becomes 16. Doesn't matter actually if you make a little mistake, it's not going to kill you. So now we have this, then we do it again, but this time we go back to the scale, and we press the shift key because we want to copy, and we shrink it by 80%. Here we are. Ooh, 80%. Here we are. And now we move it up, and then we move it up by 2, sorry, so it's going to be 18. Here we are. So we've done that. We're here, and then what we can do is we can carry on doing a few more things like this until we've created a nice dome. We can do it either manually or we can do it like this. So we can try to do it manually, for example, instead of putting number. So we go back to the scale, we reduce it again by 90% this time, and then we move it by around 3 meters in the z-axis. So we can type 2 meters here, so it becomes 21. Then we shrink it again by 90, 3 meter, 90, 3 meter again. So shrink it by 90. Yeah, and then move it by 3 meters. So that will make 24. Sorry, I forgot to, you see, so what you do, you go undo, undo again, undo, undo again. So we're here, and what we do is we move by, no, actually that was correct, you tell me. So we move it by 3, so 21. See, I was right and I thought I was wrong. Then we move in by 90% again. So we scale and we keep shift. 90%. Trying to make a like of a dome, but you know, it doesn't matter if you make a little bit of mistake. So we go by 3. So up by 3. So that's 24. Then we do again, you know, or we can have a little edge. So we can have a little edge. So we do a little edge here. So we leave it like this. Yeah, and then we do a copy. So we shift and we move. And we put 24. So we could make a copy. Now we move in. So we scale it. You know, don't do exactly what the tutorial says. It's just to have fun and to teach you how to do different things. So we move in, so the scale, and we shift again because we want to keep it. So it's 80%. Okay, and now we're going to go 1.570, 1.570. So we make a copy. So 70, and it's 1.5 meters, so we move up, so it becomes 25.5, so 25.5, and then again 75, so the shift, and again we press the shift key because we want to copy, so 75. And again it's 1.5, so it's going to be up by 26, 27. And then we have a 50% scale, so we keep the shift key pressed when we scale to 50%. Here is 50%. And we then move, that's it. We can move it up a little bit by, let's say, 1, so 28. Just to make some fun. And then we cap it. And here we are. We've done it. We've capped our thing and we have it for fun. So this is our wonderful, amazing building. So now what you can do is we're going to texture our model. We save it. So file, Save as, and it's 32. And now we're going to do what we need to do to it. So we're going to apply textures and things like that. So we do M, material appears. We click here. So we're going to diffuse. Do you want a bitmap? Yeah, we could do something funny. Oh, maybe we just have some material. Okay, let's do some material. Let's do some material for a change. So what are we going to use? We're going to use, did I see marble? Yeah, here. Okay. So we're going to apply this to our material. So we apply it to this, and we make sure it's visible. And so we can see now how wonderful our thing. Now the scale is wrong, so we need to scale it. You know how to scale that, is UVW map. Or you can put in the texture. So you can change the map parameter. For example, you can make it darker and less bright because it's a bit too bright, and here we are. Okay, so that's our building. Then we can have a landscape. So you can create your own landscape. Just put a flat surface and then map onto it a landscape. And that's basically the tutorial so far. So you see, you can make very complex objects by going through a lot of steps, and before you know it, you have a very sophisticated and very effective way of modeling any shape or any object you want. And that's basically the end of this tutorial. You can do the rest of the exercise yourself by creating the background, by creating a landscape, because these are no different from the tutorial we've done before, just slightly reinterpreted for this exercise. Thank you.